like, you guys are all gonna see Jeff Tweedy tomorrow? And they're like, yeah. I was like, do you guys know who he is? And they're like, nah, not really, because it's just theater staff. I was like, holy fuck, like it just blew my mind that my favorite band that I would go see was gonna be standing on the same stage I was on. I was like, that just blew, like I was in fucking Fort Wayne, Indiana, and they're like, Wu-Tang Clan's here tomorrow, and I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that's when I always think of those, I go, save your money. If these fucking brilliant people perform where I'm performing, where the fuck am I gonna go down to?
Oh. Wellmont. Is that, no, I don't think that's it. No, it's not Montclair, it's in Long Island. And
Montclair, New Jersey, Long Island.
No,
that's what you want to Google.
It's in Long Island. Brewer did a whole month there. He sold out like every fucking, he did like Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
You know what's hilarious? He has a fucking bit about Slayer fans where he went to some fucking concert and everyone's having a good time and then Slayer closed. And he said these fucking people came out from the bathrooms and just going, Slayer. You know, you make those crazy voices, Slayer, climbing over the seat, Slayer, Slayer, right?
The Paramount.
So I saw Slayer's last show at fucking the Forum last Saturday night. And we were out in the parking lot and you just hear people go, Slayer, Slayer, and they're coming into the fucking Forum going, Slayers. And it was like literally Brewer's bit coming to life. They were doing everything but climbing over cars.
Oh.
They were fucking, like their fan base, that show was so fucking incredible. It was Phil Alsamo, is that how you say it? And Alsamo, yeah. I missed him. He did such a quick set. He did all the Pantera songs. Rex Brown on bass, right? I think. And no, he wasn't. I don't think he was. Was he? I don't think so. And then I saw Ministry set, and then Primus, and then fucking Slayer closed it out. And it was fucking incredible right until the end. And then they were saying goodbye, and I saw in the lead singer's face like legit sadness. It's like, oh, this guy's really saying goodbye. Like, yeah. I don't think he's coming back.
Do you get that? Do you ever get that way on stage, emotional? I don't see it in you. I know I did it in Salt Lake City.
I like how you started to ask that and then you lost all confidence in it.
I know,
do you ever feel that way? I don't see it in you.
But do you ever get emotional on stage when you get done a tour and you're like, that's it, this tour's over?
No, because it never really ends.
But a tour, like a tour when you're out for, say, 12 months and then your tour's wrapped and I had a connection with it.
I don't get, I get like, you know what brings on depression? Going back to New York.
Really?
Well, how much the scene has changed, and then I go back, Opie and Anthony's not there. I want to see this guy died. This guy fucking died. This guy died. So many people died. I mean, dude, I was counting the other day. I mean, I know like 30 fucking comics that died. It's fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Yes. And same thing with Boston. I go back.
Oh yeah.
And I was back there for a week getting ready to do that Leary Cam Neely benefit. And I was going back into the old haunts. And what I had to do was I had to go to a new room. So I went to like Laugh Boston, and it was new. So I didn't have any memories. I didn't walk in and think I was going to see fucking Bobby Dane, Al, Patrice, and all of these guys, Todd Parker, Jim Loletta, all these guys I saw back in the day. I went in not expecting to see them, so I was able to have a lot of fun at that club. So, there's clubs I went to go to, and they're like not clubs anymore.
Yeah.
Like the Boston, you go back, it's like a fucking wine bar.
Yeah, I know.
And I walked in there and I was going, yeah, this used to be a comedy club, some 20-something. Really? Yeah, fucking Dave Chappelle, right where that table is. I watched him do fucking 90 hours of stand-up there over the years.
I watched Dave Chappelle murder in that room. I didn't know he had been doing stand-up, and I pulled him offside my second night in comedy.
How long you been doing it? Yeah.
And I was like, hey man, you're really funny. You should stick with this. I just got into this. Like, let me know if you want to hit some mics or something. He was like, all right, thank you, man, and just walked away.
It's cool that he said that.
Very sweet guy. He's always been, I don't know him, but he's always been very nice. Anytime I've ran into him, he's always been very regular and nice.
Yeah, he's pretty laid back.
All right, so what would you rather see? I'm gonna say this game because I remember.
Your lesbian roommates getting it on while you jizz on their face, or
Chargers, Dolphins. Chargers, Dolphins. You know the
Kellen
game.
Winslow.
Kellen Winslow.
There's
you know
only
the game.
one Charger Dolphin game.
Okay.
That was the game of the decade.
Okay, hold on. Would you rather be live at that game, right? At that game, great seats, best friends, age you are today, right? So you can appreciate how great that moment is. Or best band, like Led Zeppelin, although, Metallica.
Oh, was that game in the Orange
Metallica
Bowl?
and
Does that
Guns
game
N'
in the Orange Bowl?
This is in the Orange Bowl.
That's one of my big regrets. I never saw a game there.
I saw one. It sucked, Bill.
I know. I hate the new stadiums. I fucking hate them.
I fucking hate them, although I hate the
I
fucking
love that the
Coliseum.
Rams play in the LA Coliseum.
Oh, it sucks so bad. I was there last night. It
It's
sucks
awesome.
so bad.
You fucking pussies. What's
So
because they
it-
don't have a sushi bar up there?
No, they got a sushi bar, Bill. They got a sushi bar, and
Oh,
that's
they
why
do?
it sucks. Who's eating sushi at the Coliseum? No, so what would you rather see? Metallica, Guns N' Roses, or in the Palladium or wherever the fuck they played in the 80s? Or late 80s? Or that Chargers Dolphins game?
Wow. All right, I'll tell you who I would like to have seen. Bon Scott, AC/DC, Highway to Hell Tour. Boy, that game is a tough one. I've been to so many games though.
Sitting in the corner end zone
hook and lateral.
when they're
The hook and
carrying
lateral.
Kellen Winslow off, and you reach down and he high fives you. The hook and lateral, Bill. I remember standing. I didn't know that play was possible. I stood up and told my dad, "That is what I want to do in life."
You know, my manager saw AC/DC on the Highway to Hell Tour.
Really?
Yeah. Fuck. That's a pick 'em. I'd have to flip a coin. Because the two things that are fucking magical to me, music and old games when those guys were gods. And also what was great about sports then is if you watched sports, you watched them because you loved sports. Where, like, there was no Super Bowl parties when I was growing up. Like, people who were into sports watched the Super Bowl. The fucking Super Bowl used to come on at like 3 in the afternoon.
Dude, I would wake up.
And the halftime show was like the local band. With their fucking horns.
Steelers Rams. They played. I think it was Super Bowl 14. They played highlights from Super
Rose
Bowl
Bowl.
1, 2, 3, 4, all day long. I sat.
Oh, that's all you did?
I sat in the front with a football, with my fucking little shorts that said Tampa Bay Bucks and a half shirt, and I sat with a football just throwing in the air and catching it, all fucking day. All day.
I watched all those, and I had all the football cards, and I would just like flashcards, like what I should have been doing with math. I knew Louis Kelcher's fucking foot size. 16 quadruple E. I knew the fucking size, like every offensive lineman, every defensive lineman. I knew the colleges they went to. And my dad used to say, "Jesus Christ, you can fucking announce the fucking game." Like, I used to get like fucking all these compliments, so I would just keep doing that. And then he'd be like, "Christ, Bill, hit the fucking books." It's like, I don't get the same sort of love. I remember knowing how many yards this guy got.
I remember finding out where Leroy Selman lived, who was
Leroy Dewey Selman.
Dewey
the
Selman died
brothers.
from sickle cell anemia.
Did they?
Yeah. Dewey did. Leroy had a heart attack a few years back. Well, I remember finding out where he lived. It was in a cul-de-sac in Carrollwood, and I told my dad, "What are we gonna do with this information now? Like, we know where he lives." My dad's like, "Nothing," and I was
We're
like,
gonna leave him alone.
I was like, "Hold on, Dad. Leroy Selman's like right there. We could go see him." And he was like, yeah, buddy, we're never gonna see Leroy Selman. I was like, "This is unfair. Like, can't we just stumble into his house and like knock on the door and be like, all right, hey, Leroy."
I didn't know you lived here with your Tampa Bay shit head to toe.
5 pennants. Dude, I used to collect football pennants.
So did I.
I had so
Yeah,
many
and I used to
football
try to make the
pennants.
whole circle. I bought every plastic batting helmet from the thing, and my dad would paint numbers on the back.
Oh, you ready for
the
this?
Reds, I had, oh my God, their shortstop, Dave Concepcion.
Yeah?
I had that.
You ready for this? My
Yeah.
dad came home from a party at Burns Steakhouse with a Bucks pennant. And he said, "Buddy, I'm going to blow your mind. I got you an autograph from one of the Bucks players." And my head's spinning. Batman Woods, Leroy Selman, Doug Williams. Oh, come on. Be anyone. Garo Yepremian.
That's a great one. Do you still have
As
it?
a kid, you're like, the fucking kicker? Like, that's who I got as the kicker?
Not only that, he went old school bald too. He had the horseshoe.
Oh.
He looked like a fucking insurance salesman.
Garo Yepremian?
Yeah. That's a great one.
Now, yeah, that's a great one now.
That was on eBay at late night. I might have to, I'm on the road and I'm lonely, I might buy that.
Oh, you know what I buy on eBay? On eBay, late night, drunk? You ready for this? football pencils. Do you remember football pencils?
Yeah.
Dude, that was a big
you know what
score for me.
You know what I bought? I bought a complete set of all the football cards from 1970 all the way to 1980.
Bart Starr.
I bought all of them. I would buy like not one chunk. I just kept buying, and I didn't buy the mint condition ones that were like thousands of dollars. There'd be guys that had like fucked up cards for like $150. It's like I don't give a fuck that the corner is torn. I just want to look at them and read them.
But it's like time traveling. You grab it and you go back to first grade where you're like, I remember walking through Sears with my mom, and my mom hold my hand going, and all we were there for is football pencils. Just walking to the girl, do you guys have football pencils? And she'd be like, I don't know, maybe. And in my head, I was like, Mom, if she doesn't know that she has them, they don't have them. Next door, let's go. And then finally, I found football pencils.
What a great mom, though, taking you to store to get these fucking pencils.
Football pencils and figurine horses and precious gems. Those are my things.
That's so Florida.
Fucking anything with a horse, like a plastic horse.
One of my great fucking memories on the road, I was, alone, of course, and I was watching TV, one of those QVC things, and there was a woman, like they had the local feed, and she just kept going, this is genuine white gold. She kept saying white. And I was just walking around the whole day talking to myself, genuine. They became totally exaggerated. White gold. And I opened with that night, and everybody was like laughing. And just, when you improv right off the top, it puts you in a zone. And you have like the best set ever.
Dane Cook, Sports Chalet.
Yeah.
I like to take everything to the limit. Like, you had seen that commercial one day? Dude, I wanted to go down and do a guest host on QVC, because those hosts have legit chops. To be able to speak for 4 hours non-stop about nothing, that is, like, I wanted to try it once, see if I could do it, and be brand friendly,
Who's that guy? It fucked up because they made him national. The guy who used to do the radio show for Alabama and Auburn fans, Feinbaum.
I know who you're talking about. Is it? Yeah, I think so,
Feinbaum?
yeah.
Oh my God, if you listen, you gotta go on the internet, you wanna go down a rabbit hole, listen to the people calling in, how much they give a fuck about that game. Because they always talk about Ohio State, Michigan, which is insane, which puts Yankees, Red Sox, anything at a pro level to shame. And I watched this whole fucking thing. It was this whole thing. No, I remember where I saw it. What got me to go down there was they did a 30 for 30 on that guy who drove down and poisoned the fucking trees.
Wait, do you know who
I got too much Bama in me.
Do you know who Pat McAfee is? Mm-hmm. Have you heard him call games? Mm-mm. Bill, you're gonna fucking love it. Do you know how well do you know Pat McAfee?
I know the name.
Oh, Bill.
I thought he was a comedian.
He legit is a comedian in my opinion.
Okay.
Played for the Colts.
That's how I know that name.
Yeah, was a kicker, their kicker or their punter, but he's.
Oh, because I did a fucking one of those Rough and Rowdies.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy is fucking hilarious.
Really, he is the funniest fucking guy.
He did this intro.
He's calling games on ESPN, and they are brilliant, Bill. Brilliant. He's the one.
How do I get? Text me.
I'm going to get you guys in touch. But let me.
No, text me. I don't want to listen to the game. When's it? Text me when he's doing the game.
Yeah, I'll get you on it. He's the one that, remember when the last episode I said where I could kick a field goal? He texted me and said, hey, he's hosting game day now on ESPN. He goes, let me know, and I'll have you kick a field goal at game day. We'll set it up. You and Bill come out.
Oh, that's
see if you can kick a field goal. Yeah. Pat McAfee is legit one of the funniest dudes out there.
We'll helicopter in, we'll kick a field goal, and then tell our shit jokes at night.
I'll call him right now.
We get it. You're a big shot. You have people's numbers. Don't let the flip-flops fool you. This guy's the most Hollywood piece of shit I've ever met.
So Hollywood. I've been waiting for it my whole fucking life. Just a little bit of
recognition. He did this intro at the Rough and Rowdy. I forget who he introduced. It was just like, Matt Sullivan. Hey, please welcome Matt Sullivan the second. And then he goes, the second. There was another. And it was just such a subtle way of going, no one gives a fuck about you or whoever the fuck your dad was. There was another.
Pat McAfee.
Dude, I'm not even doing it justice how well he delivered that comedically.
He is so funny. He did a thing on Instagram yesterday. Lamar Jackson is amazing, right? Oh, and he does a juke, and this guy literally breaks his ankle trying to catch him. and Pat McAfee, all it's him going, that is a professional athlete he just made fall. He is a professional athlete. A professional athlete.
Do you know how much great it must have been to be on a team with him? Where the field goal kicker is the funniest guy in the locker room, breaking everybody's
For
balls.
the brand. He always says if any field goal kicker kicks a good kick, well, as soon as it goes through the thing, for the brand. Bill, I gotta get you two together. I gotta get you two together. You guys are very similar, different people.
You fucking wow. I don't know if this is a cigar or what the fuck you just said.
My throat hurts. My throat hurts from this cigar.
I gotta tell you something. I get my second wind here. I'm ready for another. I have a problem.
Dude, this is a fucking fun podcast.
This is great. People, go after your dreams. Someday you could be as dumb as us.
Oh.
Doing this shit. This is the middle of the day on a Monday. There's people out there that actually have to work.
It's January 2020. The year 2020 shows up a lot in science fiction. A lot of people predicted we'd be living in Mars right now, teleporting, going to work via space vehicles, and a lot of those predictions were wrong. The truth is, we'll always get the future wrong, which is why we need to get life insurance right now and get it right. That's where Policy Genius can help. Policy Genius makes finding the right life insurance a breeze. In minutes, you can compare quotes from the top insurers to find your best price. You could save $1,500 or more a year by using Policy Genius to compare life insurance policies. Once you apply, the Policy Genius team will handle all the paperwork and red tape. And Policy Genius doesn't just make life insurance easy, they can also help you find the right home or auto insurance or even disability insurance. So if your science fiction dreams for 2020 still haven't become science fact, don't get discouraged. Get life insurance now. It takes just a few minutes to find the best price and apply at policygenius.com. Policy Genius. We'll always get the future wrong, but get the life insurance right. How's my hair look, by the way? Because how's my hair look? Because did you know that 66% of men lose their hair by age 35? That's right. This podcast is brought to you by 4Hims. Hims is a one-stop shopping for male wellness, whether it's male pattern baldness or ED. This is the place you go. If you notice your hairline's moving backwards, it's already too late. You got to get in front of that. I've got a lot of friends, Bill Burr, Tom Segura. Both of them started losing their hair because they didn't stop it. I, on the other hand, stopped it. And if you look very closely, you will notice that my hairline looks amazing.
I must be careful now.
I will tell you right now, when I went to deal with my hairline move back, I had to go to a doctor. I had to wait in a pharmacy. I had to talk to a nurse behind a counter and have an inawkward patient visit. The guy that started 4Hims knows very clearly that's not what guys are motivated by. It kind of discourages us. So he set it up so that all you had to do was go online, fill out a simple questionnaire, and if you were approved by doctors, then you could get the medicine that you needed to replace your hair. Simple medicine. The medicine that got depatentized and now that we can all use. I don't think that's actually accurate. By the way, I am ballparking this 4Hims. I've done a 4Hims read so much, but I love 4Hims. I'll tell you right now, this isn't snake oil medicine that you get over the counter at some gas station. This isn't some bullshit. This is doctor prescribed medicines. All you got to do, go online, fill out a simple questionnaire, and all you got to do is go online, fill out a simple questionnaire, and if you're approved by the doctor, then you get the medicine discreetly shipped to your door. You use it, you get your hair back. That's all that it is. It's super simple.
Hey, what?
Thanks to science, baldness is now an option. That is why I have hair. That is why Bill doesn't. Simple. Very simple. All I did is do the work. Do the work, get the hair, be beautiful, and be the lead of your own podcast with your best friend who's bigger than you are, but people look at you because you look beautiful. Dive into 2020, hair first. My listeners, our listeners, can get started with their first month for free. Go to 4hims.com/BillBurt. That's 4hims.com/BillBurt. Prescriptions require an online consultation with a physician who will determine if a prescription is appropriate. Offer valid only if prescribed. Very important. 3 months minimum prescription. Additional restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information. I was supposed to go to Universal Studios with my kids, and I was like, I have panic attacks being put on roller coasters now. And I was like,
I fucking hate roller coasters. I hate all of those fucking things.
I did that for a living.
I hate the lack of control.
What do you mean?
I can do
They're on rails.
because every time I go to fucking Six Flags, somebody gets hurt. We got stuck on a fucking ride. You know the Superman roller coaster one? We were stuck on that thing.
I was stuck on that. I was stuck on that.
And I didn't have claustrophobia till I tried to get out, and I was just like, oh my God. And I saw these guys coming in the yellow beekeeper suits, looking at a fucking fuse box, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm that guy. And my wife was starting, the only thing that kept me calm was she was starting to freak out. Dude, it was only a 4-minute delay. It was fucking terrifying, because I remember the stories like, am I gonna be here for 6 hours?
Yeah.
Am I gonna start losing feeling in my extremities?
Season 2 of Bert the Conqueror. I now know that I'm riding roller coasters for a living. We get stuck on a ride at Busch Gardens, in Virginia. We get stuck on a ride, and I don't think twice about it, right? And this child is sitting next to me. He's maybe 10 years old, and he goes, kind of scary, huh? And I went, oh, the ride's over. We're just waiting for them to get us out. And he goes, yeah, but to think, like, we can't get out. Like, could you get out right now? And I went, huh? He's like we're
Wait, are you in the Superman?
I'm locked in, and I go, what do you mean? And he goes like,
dude, it's making my chest
get
hurt.
out? And I go,
I did not like that at all.
I go, and now I'm shaking, and I go, I started freaking out so fucking bad.
10-year-olds holding your hand.
I held his hand. And
No!
Dude, it's in the, there's a promo of me going,
sorry,
can I hold your hand?
I stepped on your
No. I started, and then I got stuck on one ride out at Magic Mountain. It's the ride where you lock in. Hey, Bertolino, what's the ride where you lock in, and then they put you so that you're flying? Tatsu. I get stuck on Tatsu, right? We come into the thing. We're shooting another show for Travel Channel. I have a vest on with a camera and a mic attached to it, right? We're still facing down, and we're waiting. They bring us into the fucking thing. The floor hasn't come up yet, so we can stand. We're waiting, and they go, it's gonna be a little bit, guys. And now I have a TV show that we're shooting there, so I called over the lady and I said, can you tell me what's going on? She goes, we called the maintenance guy, he's on his way.
Guys showing up with welder's masks. Just hang on a second. You know they do that welding mask thing where they do this? They do that.
Yeah. She says, she goes,
it's gonna get a little hot before it gets better. You're just surrounded by metal. Hot!
She goes,
all right, move on to the next kid.
She goes, it's gonna be
spritzing you with water.
like they're cutting diamonds.
Yeah, Jesus.
She goes, it's gonna be a while. I said, how long's a while? She goes, he's on his way. I said, okay, where is he in the park? Like, how far? And she goes, well, we woke him up in Tarzana. I'm like, he's gonna get in the fucking 170, then onto the 5. I'm like, I'm gonna be here for how fucking long? And I said, I'm gonna need someone to hold my hand. I'm a fucking grown man. They raised the floors, and she sat crisscross applesauce underneath me and held my hand. I panicked
And
so
you know,
fucking.
the guy who owned that park was smoking a cigar like that. Don't hurt the fucking ride. Those people can sit there for a fucking week. I still owe 80 grand on that fucking thing.
Oh.
Fuck amusement parks, man. I'll go on the teacups. I can get the fuck out.
Fuck the teacups.
If they can get out, but you can get out.
I won't. That makes me dizzy. I throw up.
Okay. It's getting good.
It's getting good.
It's getting good, yeah.
Do the battery change. I'll piss and we'll finish it up. Oh, I've legit gut laughed so much. Do you think, it doesn't matter, just edit this out. Do you think Chappelle, does he laugh a lot?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he gives it up.
Really?
I think when you're as good as him,
Yeah.
like, you're not intimidated. Like, people who are like assholes are like, they have a level of insecurity to, like, I think it's all how you apply your insecurity, because insecurity is tremendous for a comedian.
Yeah.
But you really, part of being a young comic is you don't know how to understand that everybody around you has no effect on you. So you're reacting and there's comics you can't fucking stand, and you get into this whole fucking thing. And then when you get older, you just understand, like, look, I am in total control of this.
Yeah.
Like, if I just do what the fuck it is that I do, something Chappelle told me.
Hey, can I ask you a
Personal question?
Yeah. Did Sebastian really live below you, meet you,
No,
and then
lived on the same floor as me.
and that's how he got into comedy?
He asked me how to, he did the hardest thing in comedy. He came to LA and started at the store in the late 90s.
What year were you in? Was this when you were shooting?
Yeah. Well, no, that was over, but I came, it was like
It's got to be 90s,
98.
You came back in 99.
99.
99, you came up to me. I was on.
That's when Patrice told me, like, wow, at least I feel like I'm moving forward.
99, I was walking down 3rd Street, and you said, West 3rd, and you said, hey, I heard you're funny. I heard you got a deal. Listen, you should go. Don't be embarrassed to tell SD that you got a deal. They don't know about Hollywood stuff. And if you got something going on, it's okay to say that. And I went, really? And you're like, yeah, you know, it's whatever you can do to get spots.
I told you to say that?
You said whatever you can do to get spots. And then.
Did that work?
No, and then.
I know, yeah, I didn't think that's bad advice.
It did not work. And then.
My heart was in the right place. I was listening to that advice, I'm like, that doesn't work.
Yeah, and then Geraldo, I said, so Bill said this, and Geraldo was like, if I were you, I'd just keep getting on stage. Just get on stage as much as you can, buddy. And I was like,
What did you learn? Listen to Greg, don't listen to Bill.
So wait, Sebastian came up to you lived on the same floor, and he was like,
It was so funny. He came up to me, he goes, yeah, so you're
by the way, he was still Sebastian then.
Yeah, he's still Sebastian. He's like, you're a comedian, right? You're a comedian. And I was all excited. Oh my God, somebody knows, what I do. I'm like, yeah, I do comedian. And he goes, yeah, I've been thinking about trying it. I felt like we were doing like a drug deal or something. And I was like, he goes, how do you get it? And I was going like, yeah, you go down to the store. And as I was telling him what to do, he was just going like I was boring. I felt like I was boring him with it.
Yeah.
And we just became friends. And he had some crazy neighbor that was living across from him that used to walk around naked. I'm spared the fucking details. It was some dude that was getting off on.
Other people seeing him naked?
I think other guys seeing him naked.
I've been that guy. Keep going.
So I became friends with him because we were hanging out and we were spitballing, trying to figure out, because he was calling the cops and like, unless you got like video, we can't get you. So I was spitballing how he could entice this guy to get naked. I go, you gotta walk around the apartment, just be a little frilly. And we were just laughing. And then I moved back to New York. And then like 5 years later, I was out and I'm like, I'm never going to LA again. They're all so phony, blah, blah. Just stupid shit, because I couldn't get stage time. I was blaming a city. Stupidest thing you can do, right? So 5 years later, I come out and I see this guy on stage. I'm like, well, how the fuck do I know this guy? Because I knew him very briefly. I knew him for about 6, 7 months, and then 5 years went by, And I was back out there doing some showcase, probably bombed, right? And I saw this guy on stage. I'm going like, how the fuck do I know? And they outro him, when he was just going by Sebastian. And I was just like, oh my God, that's that fucking guy down the hall. Look at him, he's getting spots. And I wanted to say hello, but like bullshit, I had to, go somewhere. And then the next time I came out, he was like one of the guys.
Yeah.
And I walked up to him and we both, hey, do you remember? I go, yeah, I remember you, right? And then fucking last year, he was getting Comedian of the Year. And he had just sold out Madison Square Garden 4 fucking times. It's one of the coolest stories I have as far as like, I lived down the hall from a guy who asked, how do you start? And now here I am presenting him with this award, and he fucking...
You presented the award to him?
Yeah, I almost got choked up. It was fucking crazy.
But he said, I want Bill to present it because he's...
I was worried how I'm not good in those fucking moments. And I was like so proud of him, and I was just like, and it was such a cool fucking story. It was really fucking amazing.
What did you say?
I don't remember. I kind of told this story, and I was trying to be funny and all fucking cool, whatever. But it really like was a big thing that he asked me to do it. I felt.
It's a perfect.
Yeah, like full circle. kind of thing. And I kept saying to Nia, going, I got this fucking, he was right there, and his wife was there. I was like, he was down the hall, and she was laughing when I was doing the impression, like, yeah. He made me feel like I was asking him how to start, because he's like cool guy, you know what I mean? I'm like this fucking orange-headed shithead, you know?
I think I slept on him. Like I saw one of his specials and it was great, but I hadn't really seen him live a bunch.
This Bick is like, I didn't sign up for this, man. He's
Dude,
gonna have,
I feel
this
like
is
we're
gonna have the
smoking-
same life as a mosquito.
I forget where we were, somewhere maybe in Vietnam, and what they were doing was they would take a big,
And what is
big
it about
tree trunk.
Vietnam? Tell me something about Vietnam.
love Vietnam.
No, give me some travel channel about Vietnam. Give me a nice fucking soundbite on Vietnam. This is gonna be,
It's going to change your cultural DNA.
is that what they call eating crickets?
My agent probably should
Did you
take
eat
this.
crickets when you were over there?
I ate everything.
Did you eat the bugs?
Yeah. I've eaten just about. I've eaten a lot of stuff where I was like, oh, I'm gonna be sick from this.
And?
I never got sick from anything I ate, and I ate everything.
Well, it's because their food is better. Like,
What fool would set up camp out
there's no
here?
trans fats in a
Should have a
fucking
look.
mosquito.
Well, we went into a village one time, and I had Skittles, and they had all these kids. Kids had never seen a guy with a beard before. Because, Vietnamese men don't grow beards like this.
I didn't know
So
that.
here I come out of the woods like Chupacabra and walk into their
Who
village.
the fuck is Chupa? Is that in Star Wars?
No, Chupacabra is a Puerto Rican legend. Like he's like their wolf man. And so I come in, and the kids
I am fucking Googling that
Chupacabra.
on the way home.
Oh, it's a dude.
That's a great name.
yeah,
Any
Chupacabra.
wrestler ever take that?
I'm certain there's a wrestler named Chupacabra. And so I come out, and these kids are never seen a guy with a beard, let alone a big, loud American like me. And we go
He's
in.
such a great ambassador for this country.
Oh.
People know exactly what they're getting when they come here.
And so we have a beer with the local guys there, and then I go over to the kids, and they're scared of me because my beard. And I tell them they can touch my beard, and when they touch my beard, I go, "Rrrr," and they all freak out. And so then I give them, that's Chupacabra. And so I give them a handful of Skittles. They'd never had Skittles. I had them in my bag. And I looked at these kids have Skittles for the first time, and they were like, this might be the perfect food. Like a little Vietnamese kid never had a Skittle in his life, just pop it in like, and I'm like,
Now
oh.
there's an obesity problem. You're like the first AIDS patient. You went over there with Skittles. Now they're all infected.
Yeah. But
This Wolfman came by.
gave me fucking diabetes. It was crazy walking into a Vietnamese village because.
Do you know, in Japan, they got a big problem with diabetes.
Really?
Because you always think they're so skinny and everything is great. It's because all of the white rice that they eat with the sushi. Now, I don't know if that was just some sort of propaganda that I heard in a political campaign, but that's what I heard.
I heard Japanese people are allergic to alcohol. Their faces get red. Their livers don't process it. By the way, we should Google that before we post it on the internet.
I will tell you, that's one of my bucket list cities to go to.
Japan?
I got to go to Japan.
Fucking amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing because you've never seen anything like it. Everyone is silent and polite. You go into their train station, Bill, no one's speaking. No one's speaking. It is like drop a pin silence.
Sounds amazing.
It's pretty fucking nice. And then you go into where all the crops.
Do you know they defeated Russia in a war?
When?
And they went to go claim the land, and the whole white world said, no, you can't do that. And they were like, what the fuck? You guys do it all the time. It kind of was like what I believe kind of set off the whole World War II thing. Because they were on an island and they needed to expand. So that's what they were trying to do. I'm really speaking beyond me here. Yeah.
I'm just realizing right now, Japan is just that island.
Yeah. So they needed to expand.
This is like the dumbest white guy statement ever. We went to war with just like a small island the size of California.
Yeah. Dude, you don't understand how close Hitler came to winning. And he just gave in to Paris. He could have drove all the Allied forces into the fucking ocean, and he couldn't resist Paris. And he made a left turn, because I think he wanted to go down the Champs-Elysees in his fucking Mercedes-Benz. I'm really paraphrasing the complexity of a world war here, but that's... Oh, he refused to bomb the city. Thank God.
Because he wanted Paris. So he wanted Paris. Like he'll bomb the fuck out of Europe.
Yeah. There's all
Whoa.
kinds of shit. Do you know Sweden became an economic power after World War II because simple the fact that they were standing, because they remained neutral. They looked the other way while the Nazis went into Norway, and they didn't do a fucking thing about it. This is a great story, right? And Sweden used to own the lower third of Norway, and Norway bought it back. And after the war, they were so broke, they said, "Can you buy it back from us?" And to add insult to injury, when they needed the money, they said no. And then Norway kept it, and then they discovered all this fucking oil. And now Norway is crushing economically over Sweden, and Sweden comes in and does the jobs that Norwegians don't want to do. That's what they told me over there, yeah. It's fascinating over there. Finland also defeated the Russians, but because they were aligned with the Axis, they ended up losing, even though they won.
Gulf of Finland is right next to St. Petersburg.
Yeah, and the thing was, you know, anybody that was on Hitler's side, they assumed that they knew what he was doing. But I look at Finland like they were stuck between two of the biggest madmen ever, Stalin and Hitler, and you had to pick a poison. And if you look at the Russian cars and you look at the German cars, you're like, I think they're gonna win. So I think they went with that. I mean, they had like fucking liquid-cooled machine guns. I read all of this shit. They like, if you were an American GI and you killed a German, you dropped your weapon and picked up theirs. That's how far superior.
Well,
Did you ever hear that fucking Norm Macdonald said one time? He goes, Germany's like the I think it's like the size of Maine. They tried to take over the world, and he goes, and they almost did it.
They're the size of Maine?
Something like that. I mean, it's not.
That's so crazy when you think that America's so big, and then I don't think I've ever really. When I think of Japan, I think of Asia. I don't think of like Japan being that island.
Can I tell you something? That's why their cars were so fucking superior and why they looked down on us. Because the way we designed our cars, we had all this open space. So it was about pinning it and going in a straight line because you could. And they were driving, they wanted to go fast too, and they're driving down all these streets that they used to fucking ride horses down. So their suspension, their turning and all that was just far superior just out of necessity.
Whoa.
Yeah, so then we were just like muscle car, big fucking engine. So that's why they looked down on us, and there was, especially in Formula One, there's this great book called The Limit.
Have you seen Ford and Ferrari?
Wait, The Limit?
Yeah.
Of course I saw that.
I'm good.
The Limit, and it was the first time an American won the Formula One championship. And they looked down on us like we were vulgar, and we were idiots and stuff. And this guy got the best ride. He got the Ferrari ride in Formula One. And this is how fucking much people died back then and how much they didn't give a fuck. His ride, when he got it, it had a hole in the fucking floor pan like that. First of all, the fact that they would leave that shows you how primitive, aerodynamics was. First of all, how high up the car sat.
Yeah.
And that air just going in there, just what that would do as far as drag. And the reason why they had the hole in there was because the last guy who drove it got decapitated and he bled out in the car. So they drilled a hole in it and he fucking, they hosed off all of the blood and they're like, this is your ride. And that was the big thing with Enzo Ferrari. When a driver would die, he would be, with a little cappuccino would say how sad that was. And then his next question was, how's the car? Dude, you have to look at some of the old Formula Ones, dude. There's people standing on straightaways behind a fucking yellow rope. And you're on a straightaway and you think you're safe until cars hit each other and then the physics of that sends it into the crowd. Dude, there was a guy, he fucking crashed. The hood of his car came off and went through the crowd like a Chinese star and decapitated a whole row of people. His car was airborne. He landed on like a fucking Jersey barrier, dead on fire in front of all these people and he's just like that. There's footage of it. When I read the book, I looked it up. I'm sorry. The guy's name was, his name was Crash, was his nickname.
No.
Yeah, lunatic. He's the guy who goes into the crowd and people just underneath the car. The heat of the engine dying. I mean, just sitting on your fucking face. I mean, it was fucking brutal. And it was just like, you couldn't sue anybody back then.
No.
And he went to the race. It did not go so well. How's the car? Bert, you are up next, yeah?
We'll look at the German cars. We'll look at the Russian cars. I think we're going to go with Germany on this one. I love that.
I'm sure it's
I could
not
listen
as
to I could listen to a
simplistic.
whole show when they break down history in the way that Malcolm Gladwell does those books. You know, like just the economics of history.
Dude, I'll tell you right now, you got to get into racing. And what you got to watch, you got to watch MotoGP, which is the fucking top motorcycle races. It's the most exciting fucking racing that's out there. There was like 4 races this year where Marc Marquez and Andres Dovizioso pass each other like fucking 5 times on the final fucking lap. I couldn't believe how much I was screaming like I'm watching a football game. I like the Ducatis.
I'm a Harley guy. I was thinking I'm doing this show out.
One of my goals is at some point I want to ride a fucking what's the big one?
Fat Boy?
Not the Fat Boy, the fucking classic. The oh my god.
Softail?
No, dude, you don't know shit about motorcycles either.
I don't.
A Road King. I want to ride a Road King in the middle of this country.
No.
Oh, I want to do that.
Tom Papa did that across country.
Tom Papa's a really good motorcycle. You never know.
His dad's obsessed with motorcycles.
Yeah.
Like a legit motorcycle
He
guy.
drove across country with his wife.
Yeah.
It's one of those.
Tom Papa's such an interesting guy.
Yeah.
He's like,
sitting
doesn't
there,
seem like the
hey,
guy.
how are you? How's it going? He's baking bread and shit, and it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah, I rode a Harley across country.
Someone just said something about Tom Papa to me.
He's
the
probably
other
wearing a
day.
sport coat when he did it.
Someone just said something about Tom Papa to me the other day. They're like, no, yeah, you know, he's like a black belt in jiu-jitsu or something.
No, he isn't.
No, he's a boxer or something. Someone just said it to me the other day, and I went, Tom Papa? And they're like, oh, yeah.
I want to see Tom Papa knock out a heckler.
Oh.
That would be the.
I bet he
and
could.
then go right back into his clean comedy.
He's got that old 1940s man vibe,
He is.
you know?
He is. He was in the best possible way. I'm saying this. He was born in the wrong era. You ever go to his when he has parties and stuff? Like he does like the entire 7-course Italian meal.
He's a great dude.
He is. It's fucking amazing. And then afterwards, you smoke a cigar with him. It's just like somebody's still flying the flag here. I love this. Yeah.
And he doesn't push for conversation, you know? Like there's something. You and Segura are like that. You don't.
One of my
push.
favorite things he ever did, I'm not going to say who the comic was, but just one of these fucking comics who's just, at first you like them and then they're fucking annoying. And the dude came up to him and in front of everybody started talking to me. He goes, don't talk to me. And he goes, what? He goes, because every time you talk to me, you want something. And it was just classic him right to the fucking point. And it was so, I remember thinking like, that's what I've been trying to say to this guy. I just didn't know how to say it. And there wasn't a curse. He didn't raise his voice. He said it right. And all the guy could do, you know, when they put, I have this big thing. When somebody puts their hand to their chest like this, they're lying.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying. I was just blah, blah, you're full of shit.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. He got him so bad, I think it was both hands. You know why I came up with that? When that publicist backed over all of those fucking people out on Long Island.
Oh yeah.
And the cops came to her house. She had so much fucking money. A lawyer met the cops in the driveway and said she'll come down there tomorrow.
It's smaller than
And I remember reading that going, I didn't know you could do that.
She'll come down there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was with a really famous comedian. the other
And
night.
that next day in the paper when she was talking to it was just a picture of her defending herself. She had both hands doing that shit. And I was just like, she's full of shit.
I was with a really famous comedian the other night, and I said,
By the way, she backed over like 7 people. Sorry.
that's okay.
She couldn't get into the club, and she got mad.
Is that what she did? Like Suge Knight them?
She fucking backed up
long has
and
this
just
been
and then left the scene of the accident. A lawyer met the cops in the driveway and said she'll be down there tomorrow, and they said okay.
Nice. I gotta know that that's available now. My point was, I was with a very famous comedian,
And then
and he was very standoffish, and I was like, that's so weird that like he would be like that. Like he wouldn't just, because he's a guy that says
were you
he's
wearing a shirt?
Dead
In
end.
defense of him, were you wearing a shirt?
I
Does not
was
make
up until I
sense.
went on stage, yes.
Oh, there must be a
But
way
then I
forward.
thought, I wonder how many people ask him for stuff. I wonder how many people don't see him as a person and see him as an opportunity. And I went, maybe that's why he's standoffish, you know? Like the same way Tom Papa goes, every time you talk to me, you're asking for something. I wonder if that is the defense that guy has to throw up.
No, because he wasn't anywhere. He wasn't Tom Papa at that point. He was a comedian. We were all just comedians,
Yeah.
and we were in at the cellar. That was it. So nobody knew who the fuck we were. So I'll give you a good tip on that type of shit. You meet somebody like that, if you can find out what their hobby is,
I don't care to connect with them.
Talk about that.
I don't care.
And then never ask for a picture.
I don't know. Look, I've done I've met all my heroes in comedy.
Hollywood.
No, but like, who are your heroes in comedy when you started?
You're trying too hard with the flip-flops. Just come in here with sunglasses the next time, you fucking bastard.
Who were your heroes when you started comedy?
You.
Shut up. Who were your heroes when you started in comedy?
I didn't know you yet, and I was just like, someday.
Who was the
there's
first
gonna
guy
be a
you
guy
met
from Florida
Who was the first guy you met when you were
shit
like
in a pizza box, and he's gonna come here, and he's gonna change comedy. And I was like, I need to meet this person, and then someday, do this thing that doesn't exist yet while smoking a cigar.
do this thing that doesn't exist yet?
Almost you got those toothpicks? It's becoming that time.
Taking it to a toothpick?
Come on, man, you got to finish. We got to show these people this is how we got where we were at. You start something, you finish it. Who were your comedy heroes?
I didn't have any comedy heroes when I started. My biggest comedy hero was Attell. Attell, Hedberg. I never met Hedberg. He died before I met him.
I met him a few times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Quiet, nice fucking guy.
Stanhope.
Oh, Stanhope. Like, for the longest time, like, I used to joke with Stanhope. It was just like, I knew Stanhope, loved him, and then started to hate him. Because every fucking comedy condo I stayed in, he was there the week before and did something crazy with a hooker or a midget, a little person, whatever the fuck you're supposed to say. And it was just like, it's like, doesn't this man understand that other people have to stay here? But he's Stanhope, so you can't, because the story would be so good. It's like, all right, I understand it, and then I have to go buy like a fucking plastic zip-up suit to fucking sleep in the goddamn bed.
What are you putting in? Toothpicks.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Patrice. I would say I was a fan of Patrice before he was famous. You know, like everyone became a fan of Patrice's. I think
Everyone was a fan of Patrice who knew him.
no, but who knew him? But I think as a young comic working the door at the Boston, Patrice was the guy that I was like, I just was blown away by.
This is literally two fucking sticks in here.
Who were your heroes? Who did you get it when you got into stand-up? You're like, if I met that guy, get the fuck out. If that guy knew my name and said you're funny, that would fucking change the way. I mean,
All right, I'll tell you this. As far as like, the top of the list was Pryor, and he was still around. And I remember my thing with him was all I wanted him to ever. I just wanted him to somehow poke his head in, and just say funny stuff. That's all I ever wanted out of like people at that level.
Yeah.
Like, and to this day, to be honest with you, it's still the same thing. If I run into anybody that was famous comic before because I watched them all, so they all in a way made me want to do it. Everybody that I ever watched, oh Jesus Christ, who was okay? It was Cheech and Chong.
Oh yeah. Oh my
George
God.
Carlin, Pryor, Kinnison, Dice.
Dice. I met Dice the other day.
Dude, I was a huge Sandra Bernhard fan.
Can I
Dude,
tell
she
you?
had a bit one time. I was watching with my mother, and we were watching, and she's going, "Look at you, I like you, huh?" She goes, "Part of me wants to fuck you, and the other half of me wants to slap that beard right off your fucking face." And the way she said it, my mother, I never saw her laugh like that.
Really?
I'm fucking up what she said, but that was the punch. The other part of me wants to slap that fucking beard right off your face, and my mother just fucking howled. That was a big thing too. I remember seeing Jerry Lewis, me and my dad one night, late night. Sorry, they were doing this whole fucking thing on Jerry Lewis, and they were doing this thing where right after him and Dean went their separate ways, he got the Jerry Lewis show, and it was old school, like a big band playing, ladies and gentlemen, the Jerry Lewis show. And you know, like when they got the runway for you to walk on, remember that cool thing if when you stood to the front, you stood at the front of the runway and they bring it through the curtains and you were riding it out to the front?
Yep.
And he was standing there, and the way they shot it, you could see the backs of people's heads in like this supper club. And he came to ridiculously shiny fucking, like, the whole thing was so fucking big. And he came out at the front of that, and he was standing there with this fucking look of arrogance that I immediately felt nervous for him. Going, how the fuck is he gonna follow that? And the fucking runway went all the way out, and it meets the crowd, and it keeps going. and he goes into the tables and does this whole fucking pratfall and looked like the biggest jackass ever. Dude, me and my dad, we were half asleep and watched it, fucking screaming, laughing. This guy, we were both ready to go to bed. And at 1:30 in the fucking morning, we're sitting in a living room, half asleep on the fucking sat up, fucking howled, laughing, and then just cried laughing, watching the entire rest of the special on the fucking guy. And the greatest thing ever was my mother was there, and she can't stand Jerry Lewis. She thought he was too silly, and the more she hated it, the harder we laughed. And it was, I just remember, I don't know, it was before I ever even did comedy, or maybe I just started. I just remember looking at them and just, seeing my dad laughing and just being like, this is what it's all about, is making somebody do that. And when I did my abortion bit at the Village Underground, and I looked over and I saw this guy laughing the way my dad laughed. Yeah. And he was just, he had his hand like this. He was laughing so hard it like made me laugh. Yeah. And I just remember I was on stage and consciously thought like, this is why you're supposed to be doing it.
Dude, I texted you, but like your Paper Tiger comes out. I'm in Pebble Beach with my dad. We're playing golf. We get done tonight. You get your special. I put it up on the computer on Netflix, and I hit it. My dad is looking over my shoulder, and I go, hey, well, I'm going to open a bottle of wine. Why don't you sit down and watch this? And sits down at it.
That's
and
awesome.
I go back, I open the bottle of wine, and my dad's like this, going, like dying, and he goes, who is this guy? And I go, oh, he's a friend of mine. He goes, you know him? You know him? And I go, yeah. My dad crying, laughing, going, this is amazing. But to think that my dad, who does not find me absolutely hilarious, finds my friends hilarious,
that always happens.
It's like a good connect, though, where you go like, maybe if I wasn't his son, he'd fucking think I was funny. You know what I mean? Yeah. It was fucking great.
I remember a long time ago, I was working the Funny Bone in South Bend, Indiana. My grandmother came out to the show, and Greg Hahn was fucking the middle. Oh my God, did he? One of the hardest guys. Murders. And the whole weekend, she was going, you were so funny. But that guy in the middle, and I couldn't even get mad. I was just like, yeah, you should try going on after the guy. I mean, he was just fucking. It was just, he just went up there and was just he's just a force of nature. And I just remember like, it's one of those things like, why isn't this guy having his own weekend? What the fuck is he doing here? Yeah. Fuck. What, I got 6 shows? Oh.
Dude, I woke up after.
I stopped watching them. Because the only way I could just be able to go up and do my shit, and I would just hear these, the crowd laugh, and it sounded like
I saw him in my show one time. I said, hey, Greg, why don't you come do a guest set? And he was like, I'm on a date. I was like, Greg, you're so funny. He went on for 5 minutes, destroyed. I couldn't follow him. And then he comes off, and he's soaking wet. He's got his beard on his shirt. And he's like, I'm on a date. He just threw it back into the audience with this chick. Dude, I told you, we were talking about this before, and I won't say anything about this, but I'll just say roughly. I get done my special. I get a text from Binder, and saying, you should check this out. And I read it, and I go,
how great a guy is he? He's the one who directed my special.
He's the greatest, dude. He's the greatest. So I'm done my special. I get a weird depression after I shoot a special where I go, I worked so hard for this one weekend. Did I do everything I could have done? In your head.
Can't do that.
And I'm laying in bed. I'm checking my phone. I'm up early, and I see Binder's thing, and I hit the video of that guy saying nice things about me, and I'm not expecting it at all. I don't think that's what it's going to be.
David Letterman.
Is Letterman saying nice things about my stand-up? First thing I did is I forwarded it to my dad. My dad calls me 3 minutes later. He goes, hold on, 1 second. Is that real? I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, buddy. I mean, hold on, I gotta watch it again with you. I gotta watch it again. Hey, stay on the phone. I'm gonna watch it can I watch it on my phone? I go, Dad, just put it on your computer, call me back. He calls back, he goes, I've already watched it 6 more times. I can't believe he said that.
I love that he didn't want to like it and you got him.
Oh,
that's the best thing ever.
Oh, it was the greatest. It's the thing where I go, I'll play that at my funeral and I'm done.
That's you can hang your head on that one, man.
It's the best compliment I've
Letterman
ever
does
gotten.
not give if you're. That's the greatest thing about guys like that. But what's also what makes them so intimidating.
Yeah.
Is because they don't suffer fools. So it's just like if that guy says, "I like your shit," it's fucking legit. I mean, that's the king, man.
Dude, it was the greatest. It was like the greatest thing that I had ever, where I go, thank God the world, the universe connected to give me that one moment. I watched him as a kid. I remember when he did the fucking Velcro wall. I remember where I was. I remember sitting up in my bed. It just changed your brain the way that you saw funny as.
Yeah.
You're like, what's he doing? What's he doing? Then jumps, and when it stops, when he just stops, I was laughing so hard. My dad said, he goes, buddy, I came in your room when you were laughing as a kid at him on a Velcro wall, and I was yelling at you, and they played it in replay in slow motion, and he stopped, and he goes, I remember laughing with you at this guy, and he thinks you're funny. He thinks you're funny. He's like, who else has seen this? I go, Dad, everyone I
Who
fucking
gets mad
know.
at their kid for laughing?
I was fucking 2 in the morning, and I'm
Come
howling.
on, stop that joy in there.
That was the greatest thing that ever happened. Probably in my career. Like that and doing his show. I did his show one time and paneled, and I made him giggle on the show.
You did panel on Letterman?
Paneled.
Wow.
I paneled on Letterman. It's so weird, Bill, because you go out and you've seen it so many times that you know what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wave to the audience, but you're not famous. So you're like, who am I waving to technically?
You're supposed to wave to him. You walked out, you had to give him a nod.
I gave him a nod, I waved to the audience, I waved to Paul, and then I go, it's Paul fucking Schaefer.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? They're playing music for me, I sit down, and I forget what I did, but I giggled, and he gave me the Letterman look of like, oh, we got a hot one on our hands type thing, and I saw the look I'd seen so many times, and I started laughing uncontrollably, and we were supposed to do 2 minutes. There was 2 minutes, maybe 3 if he likes you. We did 7 minutes. I walked off, and I was like, dude.
No, but he always loved guys. He loved Farley. He likes fun guys who are going to bring it. And I thought he was really generous with people like that.
I think so, yeah.
I watch those probably 9 times a year. I'll just Google Farley on Letterman, just to watch how hard. The hardest I ever saw Letterman laugh was when he interviewed Farley, and he was telling he was telling all these crazy stories, and Letterman was dying laughing about being a kid. And he goes, so then you go to college. What happened at college? And he did that Farley thing where he gets all small, but he's this big guy. He goes, well, Dave, the trouble continued. and Dave literally just went down on the desk. And I remember sitting there going like, I want to go on that show someday and make Letterman laugh like that. Oh. That would be the greatest thing ever.
I got fired from Travel Channel that week.
You know, I think is the next guy the baton was passed to was Conan. Like Conan and Andy, like they're such old school guys. Kimmel's like that too, where it's just like, if you're bombing, they help you. If you're going, they just laugh.
Conan.
They get it. If the guest is killing, the show's killing.
Yeah.
They're the best.
You on Conan, there was like a 2-year period where I felt like you were doing your Netflix specials on Conan, where you were doing legit great. I remember you telling that fucking Lord of the Rings kid about how to buy a gun. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I remember just going like, please, I remember watching that and going, please tell me there's more of this. And then finding like 3 more and going, oh, I mean, I honestly, I'm not, the reason I do Conan today, I'll do it as much as they'll let me, is because of the way you and him would laugh on that show. I remember you one time you going.
But I can't tell you how much of that is them though.
It's 100%. It's Conan. Once you go on, Conan's there and he's listening and he's dialed in and they're both willing to play and you can say whatever you want and they go with you.
No, and what they also do is they figure you out and they figure out your style and then they adjust their shit to you. There's not a lot of people.
No.
That's like, I feel something that has gone away where it's like there was that time where there was a period where you just laughed at anything anybody said, and then there became the whole, now I have to go at you.
Yeah.
And I got to try to knock you down like those fucking, and it's just like, okay, now we're both stuck in the mud. Now we're both bombing. Like, where does this get us if you're supposed to be out here trying to help, like, you know, active listening and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's kind of becoming like a lost art, I think, where it's like, I just think because there's so much shit out there that taking somebody down and it going bad, it gets more hits sometimes. I don't know. I don't understand the philosophy of it, but I've done interviews, not going to say who, where you're just kind of sitting there going like, Did you not want me on this show? Because like
No.
I flew a long fucking way here.
I know who that is.
And I'm trying to
I saw
like
that one.
bring it. I don't know what you're doing here. So
I think it goes back to like what we were saying about like, in a weird way, you get more traction off of negativity of like going, did you see that Bill Burr interview? How come it didn't go the way I wanted it to? And you're like, it did.
or even when it goes well, they fucking try to edit it to make it like it didn't, and it becomes their perception of it, the way they
Gets more
edit it.
traction, I think.
Yeah, that's what I just said. Why are you saying what I just said like you thought of it?
It's like, yeah, it gets more traction.
That's very astute. I don't know how you came to that realization. Was it after I said it? You fucking.
What that?
Hey, what else that I think that you think?
By the way, would you be okay with me taking your old hours and performing them on stage?
Yeah. I always want to know how my jokes would work shirtless. I'm just too pasty.
Would I would love to franchise out the Machine story to comics. And
You got to be careful.
why? Gallagher did that with his brother. Yeah.
Gallagher did that with his brother. He was sick of doing the road, so he goes, all right, you go out and you go do it.
Yeah, and then his brother took his career and was like,
No,
oh, no, I'm Gallagher.
he got addicted to the laughter. So he said, all right, I'm doing my act now. You got to stop doing it. He goes, no, people coming to see me. He goes, you're doing my shit. It's really sad because it kind of like seemed like it wrecked their relationship for a minute. But like I remember, like what was fucked up was when Gallagher 2, it was his brother.
Yeah.
They weren't telling the crowd, and he sort of looked like him. And he'd go out there and hey, hey, and then there'd be whispers like, this isn't Gallagher.
He cut his hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His voice sounds weird. Is he sick? He was huge for me. Gallagher was huge.
He went to Plant High School in Tampa. I said,
Patrice has the greatest fucking interview with him when he's on
Gallagher?
Opie and Anthony, and he broke it down. He goes, dude, you have like Carlin level shit, which he did. He had the
100% did.
And then he goes, you have to make a decision if you're going to be this sledgehammer guy
Oh, fuck, I feel like you're talking to me right now.
or if
about
you're going
my
to be
Machine
this other guy.
story.
But he was really an interesting conversation that they had.
Ancient writing.
Gallagher was legit. So was Howie Mandel.
People
legit.
didn't understand the fucking sledgehammer bit. They still don't get it. He was making fun of the stupid shit that they sell, and he was
Sledge-o-matic.
he was mocking it.
Yeah. But it was just such a killer bit. Can you imagine going to your show and everyone's in rain parkas in the front row, waiting for you to break the fucking thing?
You ever work
You're
a
like,
club after he worked it, and there'd be food and shit all in the fucking.
No.
They could never clean the club. There'd be like cottage cheese in the fucking corner going bad.
Oh.
We're running out of shit. This is the first time we've ever starting to run out of shit, and the fucking cigar's still going.
No, we're not even close to running out of shit. There's a million fucking questions. I feel like on this podcast I could sit and do this for another 3 hours. It doesn't seem like work.
Let's hope the listeners feel the same way.
Oh.
Could you cut these down to 8 minutes?
How long have you been doing the Monday Morning Podcast? Now.
2007.
What's the oldest podcast?
August 2007.
So 12 years.
Yeah, I started in June. I thought it was June. I don't know. I know it was the summertime. I fell into it accidentally.
Because of that phone number you'd call in?
No,
That went on
Bobby
MySpace?
Kelly was
Yeah.
my neighbor in New York. He's like, dude, you gotta do a podcast, dude. It's a new way to connect with your fans, dude. So I would just post them on MySpace. You called in to. I had a
That's
little.
what I said, yeah. But
Yeah.
you said that. Are you just taking the stuff I say and then put your name on it?
No. I'm saying how I started.
I know how you
I
started,
owed
Bill.
you one.
I listened to the fucking Monday Morning Podcast when you called on MySpace.
So listen, there was a phone number that you called in. May 1st, 2007.
I listened to Bobby had one with Colin Quinn where they'd call in, and you had one where you just rant, and it was
Bobby
fucking.
and Colin are great together.
Oh, Bobby's good with a lot of people though.
Yeah.
Bobby, I would say, and Bobby
One of
would
the
be upset
most
with this,
fun fucking
has
guys.
not gotten his due. He's so fucking fun.
No,
I think
he's
he's
right
gotten
there.
funnier.
He's right there. No, the best thing that ever happened to him was when he hurt his knee.
I thought you said to say.
When
Yeah,
he
I
hurt his
was
knee.
gonna- yeah.
When he hurt his knee, and then he couldn't move around, and then he fucking had to just stand there and do his shit.
Yeah.
And then he already had this whole giant thing that he could do, prowl the fucking stage and do the Bobby Kelly thing. Then he learned how to just stand there. And now you watch him, he's combined both. He was already a fucking beast. I would tell you a time he fucked me over.
No.
Oh my God, it's such a fucking hilarious thing. He was doing a pilot down in San Diego. He had this stupid cop mustache that he fucking grew for this thing. You know, like most pilots, it didn't get picked up, right? So he's like, dude, I know you're doing a show down in San Diego. He goes, can I jump on it, maybe do like 5 minutes? I go, fine, no problem, whatever. And I go down, and it turned out I was really sick, and I lost my voice. Okay, and we go down. No, he didn't ask me to go on yet, so I went down there, and he was just gonna be down there. He goes, dude, you know, the cast is here, dude. Is it okay if I just go up and do like 5 minutes, dude? Would that be cool? I'm like, Bobby, my voice is fucking, just don't do all your A-level shit. I could barely even talk.
Yeah.
He goes, no problem, dude, no problem. Goes up there, fucking guns a-blazing, does his fucking closing 15, murders the fucking place. I was so fucking mad at him. I got up there with laryngitis and just shit on his fucking insecurity that he chose these fucking actor cunts over his fucking 15 or whatever, 12-year friendship with me at that point. And he was dying laughing, dude, crickets. Nobody knew who he was, who I was. And I was in this bar yelling at Bobby for fucking 10 minutes. And he was in the back, dying laughing. And in the end, what does he do? I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. And then you love him again. I had to, dude, I had to bring out the guns, dude. They had to see what I could do, dude.
So Bobby, so you ready for my favorite Bobby Kelly story? Bobby Kelly and I are on a road trip.
I didn't know there was such a thing. It's just Bobby stories. They're all great.
Matt Frost and Vincent Nastri. We're all in a Winnebago.
Oh my God, Vincent, yeah.
And we go to Lake Powell, and I rent a boat, right? I rent a boat, I get a tube, I get a wakeboard, we're gonna go tubing, we're gonna wakeboard. Now Bobby grew up in Boston, not a big boat activity kind of kid, right? So
Smash cuts, he's fly fishing in the middle of fucking...
So Bobby goes,
Winnipeg.
Dude, first one on the tube. I'll call first one. And we're like, all right, I'll drive you. And he goes, all right. So he gets on, right? He's got his bandana on back.
Please tell me you got fucking video.
So he gets on his thing, on the tube. And I grew up in Florida, so I take him on the boat, and I start spinning him and slow rolling him. And I'm like back and forth over the wake, and you can hear him back, no. And I slow roll him, and he falls off and wipes out. We all laugh. I pull back, and Bobby is fucking chest high water, and he's fucking fuming. He goes, fucking not cool. Get me in the boat, I'm gonna kick your ass. And I start circling him, I go, I'm not letting you in the boat. And he goes, get me in the boat, I'm gonna kick your fucking ass. I go, I'm not letting you in the boat,
Going
Bobby.
emotion, and he has no negotiation level at all. Or else what?
I'm laughing so hard, he goes, you busted me on purpose. I go, Bobby, that's tubing. That's how you go tubing. And he goes, no, it's not, bro. Bro, you take me on a fucking ride. I go, Bobby, listen, I've grown up tubing. You're supposed to get the person to wipe out. He goes, no. It's about the scenery. It's about looking around and seeing the scenery. And I go, all right, Bobby, I swear to God, I'll put you on the tube one more time. I'm gonna take you straight. I won't bust you. But in a matter of minutes, you're gonna ask me to bust you. He goes, no, I won't. So I get on the tube. He goes, you promise you won't bust me? I go, I promise. So he gets on the tube. We get on.
Why would he believe a comedian in a boat is not going to flip him off a fucking inner tube?
Bill, I took him dead straight at like 20 miles an hour for like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, he's just sitting on the back of a tube like a fucking child going like, fucking spin me. So I fucking whip him off. He goes, I was wrong, you were right. It's about getting the bus. Okay, get me back on. Him in the water, let me in the boat, I'm gonna kick your ass. And I'm like, no, and I'm just circling him. No, get me in the boat. Someone get me in the boat, I'm gonna kick his ass.
Dude, Bobby was the one who actually taught me how when a fight was over, it was over. Because he does that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude, blah, blah. And I just started doing that. I was like, he's kind of right. This is how you do it. Dude, I have a million of them. He was such a fucking street kid pack rat. Yeah. I remember he found this fucking Stairmaster on the fucking sidewalks in New York City. We were living on 97th Street. This thing was like the prototype. I remember when skateboards were like so skinny, like your feet hung out, like those fucking pedals, like half his foot's hanging on the other side, and he's fucking and it needed like fucking like all the oil in fucking Saudi Arabia to make it not squeak, and he's in the corner of this fucking thing, yeah, and I'm just fucking making fun of him. So I had an audition. This is when we were living in a walkthrough. I had an audition for fucking Conan O'Brien, and when he was in New York. and I'm fucking putting on my electric blue button-up and with the black slacks that everybody dressed like an agent for half a second in this business. Yeah, so it was that time. So I'm fucking putting that on, took a shower, and dude, he is in that far corner of the fucking, you know, not far corner, it's a New York City apartment, right? So he's fucking like right there. It was like the greatest trick shot ever. I'm walking out, like he can't even see me. I'm coming out of this fucking bathroom door. I open the door and he took one of those fucking racquetballs, the blue ones. He fired his heart, it was like a bank shot, threw it off the wall, it ricocheted, hit me right in the fucking mouth, split my lip. And split my lip. I'm like, you fucking asshole! He's like, yeah, doing that shit. I walked out my electric blue shirt with a fucking napkin, cursing him all the way down to fucking stand up to the comic strip, and I go down, and who's fucking in the fucking lobby when I walk in the fucking area there? I walk in, fucking Patrice O'Neill. He's going, Bill got mugged, all this fucking shit, right?
Bill got mugged.
Giving me shit.
Bill got mugged.
And then I tell the story like he's gonna have sympathy for me. He's like, dying laughing at me. And I went up and I fucking bombed. I didn't bomb, I just didn't get it. I was just, all I could think about was my lip. They probably couldn't even see it.
Bill got mugged. I think that's a great way to end the podcast.
I do. I can't finish this.
I can't, my throat hurts.
I'm done.
My eyes are burning.
Yeah, I know.
All
Jesus
right.
Christ.
It was another great episode, man.
It was, I can't even, this is gonna be like a dream the next day. I'll be like, does this even fucking happen? All right, thank you for watching the January episode of the Bill
Bert
Pod.
Cast. Hey guys, if you have any notes about another location you'd like to see us shoot this at, leave them in the comments. I would love to hear your opinions of this current set we have.
We spent a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
These are the Rose Bowl chairs.
Yeah, are they really?
I've passed out in both of these probably 15 fucking times. Back in my drinking days. All right, thank you guys for watching. We'll see you again next month.
See you next month.
What does this lead to? This door has been rigged with something dangerous. There's no way through here. Ancient writing from the Old Kingdom. Yeah. Whoa. Whoa.
Kühlkissen. Some awesome soup. Simba auf. Hergewat.
Whoa. Whoa. The gods love a generous soul.
Think of something special!
يا طيب.
Move out on their own!
رتاح مياو باتمان.
Hang it! Sam!
أنا سلم من الإخوان. هالخلمي يا أخي سقخات.
You there! Stop!
Hopefully, when the new Assassin's Creed comes out, they do multiplayer right. Like, they do a good job with the multiplayer. And it's not like kind of. I don't know. I think Assassin's Creed Unity's
What good fortune! I thought it would be years before we saw you
co-op
again.
was kind of. It was alright, but
Peace,
I mean, how long
man.
was the game? You can play the whole
How was your
game in co-op,
family?
could we? Did we really beat that game? And
Children seem to grow larger by the minute.
Oh, you
My
can
wife
only
and
play,
I
like-
have our hands full. And you? Is there any news of?
None.
I forget myself. There are so many things in your life best not spoken of. Forgive me.
I see by your garb that you have been promoted.
Ah, yes. The High Priest, in his grace, made me his second. And my rank is not the only thing he has changed. You must see the temple.
You will give me a tour.
Of
Tour.
course, of course. At
You
the
give me a
moment of your
tour.
pleasure. Ready to see our beautiful temple?
After you, Menehet. Or is it servant of the goddess?
Menehet will do for one as good as family.
This is far from the sorry ruin of my last visit.
Yamuna plays constant host to ceremonies showing our rustic way of life, which attract many visitors with more.
why is that marked up? I don't care.
A description well suited to Alexandrians. How does this sit with your faith?
I confess that my thoughts are sometimes uneasy.
Thank you for the refreshments. The flowers? The fuck?
Vanquished by a gang of ruffians, huh? Silent as gifts.
Uncle Bayek! Uncle Bayek! Hello, Uncle.
Jewels of my life, why have you left your mother's side?
Pick me up, Uncle Bayek!
See now, there's no need to attack a man from behind. We're not numbering him 4 to 1. Huh?
You told us to secure every advantage possible over a Tander's foe.
Yes. And I am very dangerous! Hide well, for the wanderer stalks your path.
I will find you. And I will kill you. Why do I have to play hide and seek? Come on.
Asina, you must come down from here.
This would be a good place to watch the stars.
Only the priests are permitted here. You know that.
Yes, but I want to see...
Hush. Come down now. We can watch stars from the riverbank.
Beast, you will meet your end at the hands of the mighty Glen.
Come on, get out of here.
Stay back!
Where is he?
Keba, What in the name of the gods are you doing down there?
I wanted to hide, but now I can't get back out. I'm scared.
Stay calm. I will help you out of there.
Okay. What do I do? Just climb, I guess.
This way. Through the tunnel.
Thank you, Uncle Bayek.
Go straight home to your mother. She will be worried.
The final child. Get out the way! Ah!
You found me. Your turn to hide.
Probably.
That's the last of the children.
Look at this! Fraud abounds in your market. And you claim you can do nothing?
The dealings of the market are beyond me. Speak rather to the offending merchant.
Priest, you have proven as false as your mummies.
Whoa!
Man ahead. Your brood is delivered safely home.
Thank you, friend.
What did that fool want with you?
Some visitors, having purchased religious objects, are angry when our village has no more dead cats to sell them. Though not a merchant, I am often the means by which the aggrieved snuff their anger.
This matter needs a firm hand.
Sorry. I am a god. First, I want to find the scroll that's here. Oh, damn. That looked like a good one. Okay.
I hope you will find some answers in the market. The merchants have short tempers and may refuse to speak.
Usiranacher, paasane brutia. Hier, natap nestiet har. Es hanachero.
Achau!
Where's the effing scroll at? Why are some Egyptians blue? Aliens?
That's very.
Yeah, why blue? Are they higher status, do you think?
I don't know. Probably means they're godlike or some shit. Different from humans.
Do you think aliens actually had something to do with it? So that, well, like, if they visited the Egyptians, don't you think they would have visited the civilization before the Egyptians?
Yeah, the Sumerians.
Oh, they came before these Egyptians?
No one can help me. This looks like
These cat mummies are false!
Greetings. I am.
You have.
What I want is to ask.
That is nothing but straw.
Tell me of the fake mummies being sold here.
I have no desire to.
Greetings, friend.
Wait, I can buy a new mount? Nice.
Bye for now.
My friend, I am glad to see you have kept our appointment. Come, sit with me and share a drink of wine.
Pretty sure this.
I do not have time for that.
I'm pretty sure this guy's a snake.
It is a beautiful night. Let us enjoy the coolness of the air for a moment before turning to business.
Shut up.
Merchant, I am not here to take in the air. Who is behind the traffic of false icons?
Well, you see, it is no simple story. There are many involved in this terrible affair, but they would all tell you the same thing. Pity the trusting man, for he suffers great pain. Seek evil, and you will always find it.
Come on.
No one will find your body once we feed you to the crocodiles.
The path to knowledge is perilous.
Eat shit, the giant.
Who are these guys, huh? Some shitty hired mercenaries, huh? So yeah.
A man who fights as well as you can perhaps afford to be trusting.
Talk, or you will meet the same fate as your friends.
That will not be necessary.
Shave your head.
Among the dunes, southeast of here, is the bandit camp where the fake mummies are made. I suppose you would go and destroy it now.
Better I smash the camp than your head.
Get out of here, you punk. You rascal.
Destroying these forgeries will earn the favor of the gods. As Ra lives, what a disgrace. Oh. Ha!
I feel like I remember doing this one like multiple times. Level 6, level 6. Only 2 guys? Oh, 3. Got some sleepers? No? I'll take these guys.
I should not be seen in this area.
Hey, wait!
You are dead!
Guys didn't show up on my radar.
Menehet will rest easy. now that this is done.
Oh, there it is. I was like, where'd the merchant go? Ta the face travel back get up. From the get back out of here back to the market. Tell me everything's okay. Yeah, I took them damn there baddies.
Ah, here you are.
I have dealt with the trafficking of false mummies.
Thank you.
How can I use the burdens of an old friend?
Tonight, we will stage a grand spectacle. Our goddess Sekhmet defends the people against Isfet's chaos. But Pamu, our champion, is nowhere to be found. The High Priest will judge me responsible for his absence.
I'll have a look.
Sekhmet bless you. His home is near the market, but check the tavern first. It pains me to ask you for a further favor. Pamu does like a drink now and again.
High position gerecht.
Oh.
Oh, is it? Jeren, hoe kan het?
This must be Pamu. Ugh. The man stinks of beer.
Oh, thank you. I've been trying to get him to leave for hours.
Truman, the thing about the new Assassin's Creed, the Ragnarok, do you think they'll have, like, did the Vikings really have any light attack weapons? You know, like single-handed swords or anything?
Light attack. Yes, they did.
So like one-handed axes and stuff? So they just had like axes is like the only weapon they're gonna have.
No, they have swords. The problem with Mr. Wig, the thing is, I bet his information he got was back when we didn't know much about it. Talk about how they only used clubs. No, they didn't. They had swords. But
Menahet.
You'll rarely see
That is
swords the sword of
Pamu.
a rich person
What has happened to him?
back then in ancient Scandinavia.
His passion for toasting Sekhmet has exceeded his head for drink.
This is a disaster. People have come from the Red Land and the Black to see him.
I either want dual wielding axes.
Magi, you honor yourself in saving me from disgrace.
What if you can be like a class? What if you can build like a class of your assassin? Like you're more like berserk, or you're like a.
You know what berserk means in like common tongue or English?
No.
Bare skin.
Oh.
Why do you laugh?
Because they're probably fucking naked when they fight, right?
No.
Oh.
Not always. Sometimes. I hope they do have Celtic
Your
culture
Holiness,
in Ragnarok.
I am here to
That's
fight for
not a big
Sekhmet.
deal.
You're not
And I don't know when it's gonna take place.
He was meant to play
I
Sekhmet.
hope it takes place.
Pamu
It actually
is-
takes place in like 20th century Sweden.
I hope it doesn't
He is
take place
recovering
in,
at the
like,
temple.
10th century.
Fine.
Why?
Follow me.
What's the 10th century?
That's like, it's just a complicated time. That's when it had landed. Oh no, yeah. So it is gonna take place later because it says that we're gonna have York. You can go to York.
What's York?
As in England.
Oh.
It's like a Scandinavian settlement kind of.
Really? There was a Scandinavian settlement in
Yeah,
fucking
dude,
England?
It was run by a Scandinavian at some point.
Do not fear. Sekhmet will receive a fine tribute.
It's crazy.
We give
They
thanks
took over
for
Kent,
your
they took over
presence
the
on this
Northeast.
sacred night. We
And then they got
invite
him out.
your witness on
Well, actually, no,
the
'cause
solemnity
the
of
role
our
of the
custom.
bastard.
We unveil to you a ritual that has guarded us for century upon century. Should malice cling too strongly to your heart,
Actually, it's probably better if they, like in this game where you can pick what weapon you're using, probably better that way than it is to like try and build a character.
I don't know. I just feel like I know
condemn Yamu to 100 seasons of darkness.
How does that Assassin's Creed tie into its lore? Tell me now.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should your heart
Like hidden blades and sneaking around isn't exactly something you.
favor us,
I don't know.
shielding us from the obscurity of chaos?
I'm in a fucking street fight.
Let the battle
Before the
begin!
goddess!
Since a time unknown, Sekhmet the lioness
May
has
Sekhmet
shielded
protect
us
us.
from Isfet's greed. Isfet was once husband to Ma'at.
Time to
goddess
parry,
of
bitch.
order. Tampering with
Damn
her
it, I parried
scales
the
of
wrong time.
judgment,
For you,
he
Uncle
grew
Bias.
fat on the souls of mortals. Ma'at cast him out of the hall of justice. In his hunger, he returned. But Sekhmet knew his heart and guarded the door
Parry,
against
bitch.
Invite a wild
their
beast.
battle lasted 20 days and nights before Sekhmet subdued the Lord of Chaos. The warrior of Sekhmet beat back chaos. Sekhmet's might enlivens your arm. The lioness's fangs will cleave the darkness.
Oh, this is just a rage mode? Okay.
The warrior of Sekhmet,
Oh god. Yeah, poke him to death.
his weapon is bathed in Sekhmet's fire. Sekhmet's might enlivens
Which one
your
is
arm.
Sekhmet and which one is
The
Isfet?
lioness's fangs will cleave the darkness. The warrior of Sekhmet beats back chaos. The lioness's fangs will cleave the darkness. Look, his weapon is bathed in Sekhmet's
Dude, I'm gonna win.
fire. Sekhmet's might enlivens your arm. Look, his weapon is bathed in Sekhmet's fire. The lioness's fangs will cleave the darkness. Sekhmet's might enlivens your arm. The warrior of Sekhmet beats back chaos. Look, his
No.
weapon is bathed in Sekhmet's fire. The lioness's fangs will cleave.
Right time, baby.
The warrior of Sekhmet beats back chaos. Sekhmet's might enlivens your arm. The lioness's fangs will cleave the darkness. Sekhmet's might enlivens your arm. The warrior of Sekhmet beats back.
Woo, that was close.
His weapon is bathed in Sekhmet's fire.
Nice. I was gonna lose that round. Sweet. Wait, there's only one round, right? Okay, cool. Magi.
I could swear you were the Blood Eater herself.
Ah. Oh, the priest's recounting of the battle between the goddess and Isfet was new to me.
It is a tale of his own invention. You will not hear it outside Yamu. Would that you'd agree to stay with us longer. But I know that greater duties call you.
I'll say goodbye to the children before I leave.
Do so. They'll miss you. You are always welcome in Yamu, whenever your journeys bring you to our gnome.
Thank you. Very nice of you. Did I get a new outfit? Oh, hell yeah. Legendary costume. Nice.
Keep the mask and staff of the goddess as hope.
Strange to see bodies left out like this. The embalmer must know more. It is a shame to see 3 dead left neglected. What happened?
They were just brought here, Magi. A family struck down by the sword. Only the daughter, Iras, survived. She carried them here one by one. Poor girl. All by herself now. A tragic story.
Tragic indeed. Where is she now?
You can find her on the abandoned date farm near the road where her family died.
Iras sounds like a woman worth meeting.
She's a... Oh, God, she's so far away. Our trusty steed. Off again.
Soldiers. They must be looking for Iras. Best lay low. And
Nothing yet.
they attack on sight here.
Any luck? Something's close.
Ooh, that was close.
Slow and steady. Hey, what?
Can't be sure it's safe yet.
Any clue?
Okay.
Report. Not so far. Any trace? Nothing yet. Nothing.
Find that girl! Sophronios will reward us for today's work!
Let's finish this quickly. I have a pig roasting at the villa.
Hey. Something's wrong. Come out here, if you've got any balls. What?
That's it. Die.
Do you have any idea who I am, huh?
Hey, hold on. Join the dead.
Hail in peace, Iras. All I want is to speak with you.
The last monk to say so. Murdered my family.
I've come to help you, Iras.
How do you come to know my name?
A priest told me of you.
Ah. My kin have owned this land for centuries, but left it barren until now. A soldier came to us, saying his master held a deed of sale. My father refused to concede the property. Then, well, The rest is as you know it.
What will you do?
The farm is my birthright. I will work it as long as I can.
Thank you.
I can ensure you are not harassed by soldiers.
You may try. The villa they spoke of lies northwest of here, on the road to Alexandria.
Are you kidding me? Okay.
If you fail, tell the world I died preserving my family. His legacy.
Whoa.
Dang, this thing's fast. Faster than any camel. This horse. You going to bed?
Yeah. Are you scared?
Huh?
Are you scared?
No, I'm gonna go to bed too because I have to get up to do tests in the morning. But I'm gonna finish this mission out. What the f? Huh?
You know what else you should do is not fucking play videos. It was on at like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I thought there was a setting on my phone where I could shut it off, but I guess not. Eat the rhythm movement. Oh yeah. Everybody likes fuego.
Whoa.
Can't wait to eat the Legos. Eat the rhythm movement. Tries to assassinate the king in fucking cold blood. The king! Yeah, it's dead.
This area is off limits.
Yes, strike. Just need to get to your stupid fucking tower. So that way if you do summon some people, you fucking die. Then nice.
Hey! Hold on, you!
Ah, the king's asleep. Perfect. Who's that guy over there?
Touched by apple.
Touched by apples. Can I please, like, kill these guys? Okay, that may have been a bit too loud.
Hey, wait!
No.
Got a nerve, but I will deal with you.
Dude, did he get back up? Or was he looking at somebody?
Long gone. Best be on my guard, though.
Oh, yes, perfect. I just, I was trying to, like, quietly, kill someone because I don't have my hidden blade yet. So I can't assassin from the air and kill them right away. It's like, how do I silently... I took out a fucking sledgehammer and was like, gunk! Yeah, but no, everyone's still asleep, so... I'm good right now.
The guards here are vigilant.
Gonna walk the long way around here. Dang it, he moved. Can't wait to do a double assassination. Just jump down. They are dead. You could have killed them. Me, bitch. Can I use this on the guy over there? Nice. 3. Wow.
A letter on fine purpose.
There we go.
Sophronios. Yet another man.
I love those guys alive. Maybe I should have bought a different ride. Dude. Camel's cool and all, but horses are so much cooler. Jump! Yeah.
Maybe God.
Damn, I am quite a ways away. Maybe I should...
Help me. I am coming for you, Aya.
Alright, I'm gonna trash this place and then go to the Eagle Scout slot thing. Okay. So now we can go become an Eagle Scout. Let's go.
Whoa.
Wait a second, I'm pretty sure this is like a fort? Maybe not. Okay, yeah, I'm good. How much do I actually see, you know? This guy just got super good vision. Oh, sweet. So even Senu gets better vision. That's nice. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm not dead. Nice. Didn't know where I was supposed to jump. I saw hay. Yeah, right. There's probably alligators over there. Hippopotamuses.
Whoa.
Am I allowed in here? Ah. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, so they're just standing guard, it looks like. I'll be right back. Question is, will they hear me assassinate their guard? Question. The answer is yes. Should I firebomb him?
Best not to draw attention here.
Die, worm.
A pitiful end to a pitiful existence. I will tell Iras of this if I see her again.
What do you mean if you see her again, dude? What's up, kid?
Hey, Seni! Got an order from a very important customer.
Oh, yeah, this kid.
Would be a huge help if you could aid me, if you understand my meaning.
Yeah, I get it, dude. Why not? Holy shit. A skull breaker. Nice. Doesn't do that much damage. Alright, kid. Let me sell some stuff. Do we, like this. And I'll sell this. And I think that's it. Otherwise, I'm gonna go up here.
Κόποπας παρά του ιδίου. Ίσο φθαλμονίδιο κατασχέθηση. No. That's pretty cool. Wait, how many skill points is that? 3? Okay. Alright. Well, that's enough for tonight, I guess. Thanks for watching if you did. If you didn't, Thank you.